Yo, what's a crack? It's good to see you. Today I'm going to discuss the effects that cardiovascular training would have on muscle growth.
Hang on a second. I always thought that if I did cardio of any kind, all my hard-earned muscle gains would immediately evaporate into thin air.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Today I'm going to debunk this myth and put things into a much-needed, wider perspective.
You win!
Although the evidence-based research is still inconclusive and limited as to whether cardio could inhibit hypertrophic outcomes, there seems to be a consensus among experts on which practices will likely ensure that cardiovascular work does not negatively impact the muscle building process. If your goal is overall hypertrophy but you still want to maintain a decent to a good level of cardiovascular fitness, resistance training should precede any aerobic activity during your training sessions. Ideally, these two training modalities should be done in different moments on the same day or on different days altogether. Additionally, you would want to prioritize activities that are low intensity, low impact, and full body when you pick options to improve your aerobic capacity. A few minutes on the assault bike, the rowing, or elliptical machine at a low resistance are great options at your typical gym. Outside the gym, a brisk walk around the block or a few swimming pool laps is the kind of cardiovascular volume that is unlikely to take away from your ability to build muscle. Cardio sessions using the Stepmaster, cycling, or going for a hike outdoors could be pretty good as they are also low intensity and low impact, although muscular fatigue will be primarily focused on the lower body. HIIT training, running, or rope jumping are the cardio modalities that have the highest potential to interfere with hypertrophic adaptations. The recovery costs of these are much higher than the previous activities because they would engage fast-twitch muscle fibers, they're high impact, and muscular fatigue is localized. These are valid training modalities that could have their time and place. But if your primary goal is muscle growth, you might want to minimize these or avoid them altogether. I made a video a while ago on why running might not be the best option for the vast majority of people in modern society. If you want to find out more on the topic, I recommend that you check out this video later on. All these are good theoretical principles to keep in mind when laying out your training protocol. But they aren't hard science like physics or math in the sense that they are true under all circumstances and in all possible scenarios. There are many gray areas and exceptions to these best practices because the most optimal course of action highly depends on you. Your goals, background, current level of fitness, and injury history are some key factors that could alter this framework. For instance, if you're a complete beginner and very out of shape, you shouldn't worry about cardio interfering with hypertrophy gains. In fact, any cardiovascular activity could be hypertrophic for you. Although resistance training is the best way to maximize muscle growth, you're also likely to build muscle in your upper body if, for example, you start swimming regularly, or you are likely to grow your quad muscles if you take up to cycling. Hell, if you're a novice, you could build muscle, lose fat, and improve your aerobic capacity all at the same time. It won't last forever for sure, but all these adaptations are likely to occur once you start doing any form of exercise on a regular basis. Having said all that, if you're sore, feel overall tired, and have local muscular fatigue after any cardio activity, these might be some signs that your body is likely to commit resources and energy to the recovery process, and thus less energy will be allocated to support protein synthesis, aka building muscle. At the end of the day, it all comes down to common sense. If you want to build muscle, the majority of your fitness-related activities should gravitate around resistance training. The interference effect that could inhibit hypertrophic gains will likely be a reality if you flip the script entirely. In sum, if the vast majority of people were to add some steady-state, low-impact, low-intensity cardio a few times per week while running a good hypertrophy program, they should be fine and muscle growth could still be maximized. Just make sure that resistance training is always your top priority and takes up the biggest chunk of your training volume. But if you're willing to assume a slower rate of muscle gains because you don't want to give up on a particular aerobic activity you truly enjoy, that's also fine. Anything that motivates you to keep working out in the long run is much better than a great yet unsustainable plan that is impossible for you to apply in the real world. Check out these two videos, I think you're gonna like them. Please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to choose all when you click on the bell to get notified every time a new video goes live. Stay fit, stay strong, peace.